Welcome back to Super Thief. I'm William H, and for today's countdown, we went through the absolute cream of the crop of Saturday morning superhero animation, both old and new, to bring you the top 10 animated superhero shows. And for all of you looking to binge one of these gems, we'll let you guys know where you can stream them too. Now let's get to it. Number 10. Harley Quinn. First up is this fairly recent addition to the DC animated universe, which also marks the first wholly original animated series to debut on HBO Max. Fortunately though, the show knocks it out of the park as a fun and violent romp. The series picks up with Harley having been jilted and betrayed by the Joker one too many times, leaving her determined to go at it alone and outshine Mr. J as a supervillain. And while this story may not dish up anything earth-shattering, it does provide a satisfying journey of a downtrodden sidekick's discovery of inner worth. Also, Kelly Cuoco imbues Harley here with just the right blend of ditzy charm, no-nonsense self-awareness, and nonchalant violence, while the rest of the voice cast all turn in strong performances of their own. In particular, Rosario Dawson nicely counterbalances the manic bloodthirsty Harley as the sardonic voice of reason, Poison Ivy. So in all, if you're up for a violently delightful, goofy animated superhero show, head on over to HBO Max for Harley Quinn, the animated series. Number 9. The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Where many kid-friendly Marvel cartoons are reluctant to delve into even a tidbit of complex storytelling, this next entry bravely ventured into serialized storytelling, allowing viewers to really see some of their favorite heroes develop and grow over its unfortunately short 2-season run. The show is also filled with energy and characters and unafraid to utilize really every corner of the Marvel Comics mythology. While the mentioned serialized narrative also meant that the roster of the Avengers could alternate greatly depending on the story. For instance, iconic characters like Black Panther and Vision will only join up later, so you never really knew where the show would go next. Admittedly, the visuals and kind of blocky character designs weren't on par with the best animated kids shows of the time, but if you're looking for a deeper but no less energetic kid-oriented animated superhero show, look no further than Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, available on Disney+. Number 8. Todd McFarlane's Spawn. While Todd McFarlane wasn't the only one behind the Image Comics revolution, his gritty adult comic Spawn was the flagship title that transformed the company into a multimedia empire. And it can be argued that HBO's animated show sometimes even surpasses McFarlane's iconic comic. We follow Al Simmons, a government assassin killed by his agency and sent back to Earth courtesy of a shaky deal with the devil, as he struggles to fight the lure of evil and deal with the loneliness accompanied by witnessing his wife having moved on with his former best friend. The gruesome animated action helps set the atmosphere in this one, but it's really the honest and sensitive portrayal of Spawn's crude predicament that makes this a standout offering, with Keith David nailing the main character's inner emotional torment. Sure, the animation may look clunky at times now, but the artwork is still strong as ever. So if you're looking for a more mature, gritty animated superhero show, definitely check out Spawn on HBO Max. Number 7. Young Justice. This engaging animated series by Brandon Vietti and Greg Weisman follows the lives of teenage superheroes and sidekicks Robin, Kid Flash, Aqualad, Superboy, and several others as members of a covert ops group loosely attached to their famous adult counterpart, the Justice League. The show does an outstanding job depicting burgeoning adolescent teens as they discover their potential. In particular, it manages to strike just the right balance between teen drama, splashes of humor, and thrilling action. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the show's animation style, which DC seemed to use forever for its animated series, with visuals sometimes coming off a little lifeless. But if you're looking for expertly woven mix of teen drama storylines and thrilling action, Young Justice can definitely be the animated superhero show for you. For some reason, it doesn't seem to be up for streaming anywhere right now, but definitely consider renting or buying this gem from Amazon's Prime Video. Number 6. X-Men, the animated series. This animated superhero show debuted all the way back in October of 1992 on the Fox Kids network. And on the show, we follow iconic characters like Professor Xavier, Wolverine, and Beast as they battle some of the most well-written and iconic baddies in comic book history, including the likes of Magneto and Apocalypse. But what made this show truly stand out was how it was never afraid to highlight deeply rooted social themes like feelings of loneliness, as well as historic injustices like the apartheid and the Holocaust. X-Men the animated series helped set a new standard for superhero storytelling, and for so many formed the gateway into the world of Marvel Comics. Of course, the visuals don't exactly hold up the best today, which is why it's not even higher up on this list, but all the other stuff more than warrants revisiting this amazing animated superhero show on Disney+, as well as just checking it out for the first time. Number 5. Teen Titans. Just looking at the basic setup, Teen Titans may resemble the previously mentioned Young Justice, as both animated superhero shows revolve around a cast of young superheroes and sidekicks. And in this one, we follow Robin, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, and Cyborg. But there are several things this show just gets so incredibly right that it more than stands out on its own. For starters, the aforementioned characters each have their own distinct personalities, ranging from the goofy Beast Boy to the cynically stoic Raven, with all of them going through significant growth over the course of the series. The series also benefits from an outstanding villain in Deathstroke, chillingly voiced by Ron Perlman. Finally, the series sports a unique animation style inspired by Japanese anime that still holds up firmly 20 years later. So, if you're looking for an animated superhero show with an excellent set of characters and a gorgeous art style, head on over to HBO Max if you can and check out Teen Titans. Number 4. Batman Beyond. This one is set in a futuristic, cyberpunk-esque Gotham City. Bruce Wayne has retired as Batman, but after rebellious youngster Terry McGinnis finds out about his former alter ego, Bruce reluctantly agrees to mentor him as the new Dark Knight. We then follow Terry as a new, more high-tech Batman as he juggles the lives of a crime-fighting superhero with that of a high school student, and see him develop his own rogues gallery with intriguing, awesome new villains like the sound weaponizer Shriek. The show also noticeably plays with darker elements like substance abuse, peer pressure, and child neglect, and it does all this while combining a complex plot, sharp dialogue, and crisp Japanese-inspired animation. Sadly, this epic animated superhero show only lasted for 3 seasons, but if you're up for an edgy, futuristic take on Batman, definitely check this one out on HBO Max if you can. Number 3. Invincible. Based on the Image comic series of the same name, this one pretty much blew all adult animation fans away when it arrived on Prime Video last year. Set in a world where superheroes and humans live side by side, we see 17-year-old Mark Grayson and his transformation into a superhero under the guidance of the most powerful being on the planet, his father, Omni-Man. Without spoiling anything, the first episode ends with a shocking, brutal twist that may just knock your socks off, and really doesn't let up any time after that, all the way up till the home run hitting finale. The voice cast and performances are also simply incredible. The colors are vibrant, the animation is top notch, and the splashes of humor can be hilarious, while the action at times is just shockingly visceral. In short, if you're up for a fresh animated superhero show, make sure you check out Invincible on Amazon's Prime Video, as well as our own video on the show's most brutal moments. Number 2. Spider-Man, the animated series. Our penultimate entry is another 90s Fox Kids entry, first airing back in 1994, with the show eventually running for 5 iconic, generation-defining seasons really. In this one, Peter Parker is a college student who struggles to balance his superhero responsibilities as Spider-Man with the dramatic but relatable goings-on in his academic and personal life. Among the standouts here are the supervillains, like the criminal mastermind the Kingpin, the scientific mishap Dr. Octopus, and the alien symbiote Venom. All are fleshed out characters with very believable motivations and push Spidey to the absolute brink. Couple that with animation that was at the top of its game for the time and still kind of holds up, and you've got one of the most iconic animated superhero shows ever made. Maybe you've already seen it and want to revisit it, or maybe you're going in for the first time, but if you can, definitely check out this near perfect animated Spider-Man effort on Disney+. Number 1. Batman, the animated series. Another one airing first on Fox Kids all the way back on September 5 of 1992. This dark, mature, and often thematically complex series blew viewers away with its pioneering film noir aesthetics, orchestrated soundtrack, and unparalleled voice work. Kevin Conroy became the de facto voice for animated Batman through this show, but the absolute showstopper here was Mark Hamill and his uniquely maniacal take on the Joker. Set in a 1940s world but brought up to date, every episode was gorgeously designed and visually ahead of its time. The widespread acclaim for the series also led to 4 Emmys, including for Outstanding Animated Program. In short, if you're looking for an animated superhero show just bursting with sheer excellence, check this one out on HBO Max if you can. And that's it for our list. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to subscribe, as the support is most welcome for us to keep the channel going. See you guys next time.